Squeaky light, tiny, can't see. Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic, Star Trek Book Review, Phase 3, with my co-host Phil, and my other co-host Seymour, my Tribble, who decided he wanted to part in this too. Today we shall be reviewing Star Trek Action by Terry J. Erdman. And it's kind of got like a, what do you call this stuff? Vellum on the front, which is kind of annoying. That sort of see-through plasticky stuff. And this was originally $40 US. The price I paid for it is nowhere to be found. I don't know why they bother with this, because it totally hides the actual artwork on the book here. I guess it's supposed to make it look all fancy and next-gen-ish. And this it's really hard to manipulate. Okay, Star Trek Action. 23,719. That's how many minutes have been committed to film during the 30-year and counting history of Star Trek. Since its inception as a groundbreaking show, through its current incarnations on television, and as a series of motion pictures, more than 395 hours of Star Trek have been filmed. If you watch it all consecutively, you'd be glued to your television set around the clock for more than 16 days. As of this point, you're probably 2 months. Have you ever wondered what it takes to create just one sequence of scenes that can last as little as a minute or two? Minutes may not seem like a lot out of 30 years worth of science fiction magic, but for the thousands of men and women both in front of and behind the cameras, each and every one of those minutes has been a labor of love, blood, sweat, and tears, all created without a net. Let's see, the author, as our guide, will follow the creation of 3 separate sequences, one each from Next Gen, from Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and this was around the movie Insurrection, so it'll take a piece from that. And it basically shows you how basically those segments were made and what went into them. So if you're interested in film and maybe science fiction film specifically, a good book to have, because it'll give you an insight of what goes behind the scenes. So any film aficionado would probably appreciate this book, just as far as the technical stuff, if not the subject matter in and of itself. And I've seen off and on different things on TV. I think one of my favorites was when LeVar Burton did a segment for Reading Rainbow about him doing Next Gen. I mean, the whole reason I kind of even entertained the idea for Next Generation was because LeVar Burton was in it. So, any Reading Rainbow fans will understand. Vellum must go. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, and this came out in 1998. It goes, the episode Hope and Fear by Voyager, Tears of the Prophets, DS9, and the movie Insurrection on Next Gen. It gives you a little bit of the script and the setup of how that's done. As explained in the introduction, the following pages on Voyager feature a climatic sequence from the series' 4th season finale, Hope and Fear. For all intents and purposes, that means scenes 95 through 107 from the 5th act. However, as you'll see, in order to explain the actions or settings of the chosen section, it was sometimes necessary to include information regarding other scenes. And of course, as with any other investigation, it's always necessary to start at the beginning. It goes into sort of hashing out what goes on in the episode. And it's a timeline, so it's like they start in January and, from there, how long it takes to do what it takes to put together those scenes, building the sets, the drawings of the sets, the ideas. Only one guest star, and it was Ray Weiss as Arturus, so I kind of remember this episode. Them filming the episode with the actors. So even if you're into like TV production and things like that, this would probably be a good insight as well. The different effect shots and the different looks for the ship of the episode. Music. So there's a lot that goes into these shows. 31 Bajoran adults, 4 Bajoran. So you get a good taste of what it is to put together the shows. And you could probably translate this to pretty much any television show, because the processes are all the same, but, you know, there might be less makeup in like a crime drama type of thing. But I think a wide range of people would probably like this, especially if you are into film or interested in any of that type of thing. And I like the fact that they didn't just sort of like stick to one, you know, just next gen, that they chose 3 different series. So it kind of mixes it up a bit too, and the movie, so you get 2 shows and a movie. So this is, again, another surprise gem. And you learn to kind of appreciate what goes on in the shows, of what is, you know, what's put into it. I mean, you just sit there for maybe an hour or 20 minutes with all the commercials now, but you don't really quite see all the hours that go into that hour. All the different departments and the people and the set dressers and the makeup, and, you know, this, for like every actor there's like 1,000 people behind them, you know, creating the stage basically. So, very good book for people like that who like film, cinematography, you know, likes to see behind the scenes of a show, you know. And, you know, lots of pictures, very simply put. There's a lot in here. A very funny look on Kate Mulgrew's face there as she tries to do her thing. So, it's kind of funny though when you realize that all the sets are made out of like wood and balsa and just like, it's impressive what they do. So, I actually like this book. It's kind of a hidden gem. I think the main reason I kind of hesitate to take it out of my library as often as I do is because of this stupid cover here, which was a total complete waste of plastic. There we go. So I think if you hunt a bit, you'll be able to find this on Amazon rather easily. And this is Star Trek Action by Terry J. Erdman. And again, from Pocket Books, where most of the Trek books come from, or at least the higher quality ones anyway. And it gets rather heavy. So it's a good hardcover book. I don't know if this or any of my hardcovers come in softcover as well. I do not know. But thank you for watching. Do comment down below if you've read these or any other books in the series. Check the info bar below for info. And subscribe. There's always room for one more. At the Strange and Exotic. Read long and prosper.